there's kind of a unique category of hadith. Unique, that they don't even really have to study in terms of the authenticity. These are hadith that are known through what's called tawatur. Tawatur. You might have heard that word before. It's an important word. In fact, I mean, I've been researching this for a while. I feel pretty confident that it's almost unique to Islamic civilization, this concept of tawatur. If it existed elsewhere, it was not like fully robustly studied. I haven't been able to find it in the Western tradition at all. What is tawatur? Tawatur, let's use an example. If somebody were to come inside right now and say to us, hey, shocking to know that there's like a fair that's just automatically, about to start across the street. And I saw a bunch of like elephants coming down the main road. If one person told you that, it probably wouldn't be surprising that you'd be a little skeptical of it. But what if another person comes and tells you the same thing? And then a third person, and a fourth person, and a fifth person, and a sixth person, all telling you that they were just outside and they saw what? A group of elephants coming down the road. At some point, enough people are going to have said that to you that in your heart, you'll become certain that there is without you seeing it. A good example is the existence of cities that you've never been to. I've never been to Beijing. I have zero doubt that Beijing exists. Zero. In fact, if somebody told me Beijing didn't exist, I would be like, something's wrong with you. Even I've never been there. But enough people have been to Beijing and have told me that Beijing exists that I have zero doubt about it. Zero, right? The Quran in its entirety is transmitted to us through tawatur. So what we're saying when something's transmitted through tawatur, and the English for this, I have my own translation, but right now let me stick to the translation that's most used in English. It's mass transmission. Mass transmitted, right? What they're saying is happening is that every tabaqa, at every level of the transmission, from the Sahaba to the Tabi'een, to the Tabi'een, all the way down to our time, so many people transmitted it that you know it like you know the existence of Beijing. Certain. Zero room for navigation. There are hadith like this, right? There are hadith that you don't even have to investigate them, right? But they're really, really few and far between. They're not a large collection, right? They've been narrated from the Prophet ﷺ in so many different ways that we know them through tawatur. There are other things that are not hadith that we also know through this and are not Quran. There's certain meanings in Islam that everyone just knows as part of Islam. Like, for example, that we pray 5 times a day. We know that idea through tawatur. Is anyone here doubt that we pray 5 times a day as Muslims, that that's part of Islam? No one doubts that, right? There are core parts of Islam that we know with certainty. There's zero doubt.